Hey everyone, welcome back. It's your go-to real estate guide, Tim Trevathan with Tim Trevathan Homes. Listen up because today we're diving deep into the world of new construction homes. As you probably have guessed, I cover a lot of new construction communities, but this video is different. It's not a community. We're gonna talk about the pitfalls or the potential pitfalls and things to watch out for when buying a new construction home. Here we go. If you're thinking about building your dream home from the ground up, or you're ready to buy a new construction home in a brand new community, don't make any moves until you watch the rest of this video. I'm about to reveal what current homeowners say they wish they had known before buying a new construction home. And to be honest, I was even surprised by some of the responses. So strap in as we unpack these tips and steer your home buying journey out of common and not so common traps. Tip number one, check the builder's reputation. Most home builders don't think to look into the builder's reputation. It seems counterintuitive, right? Home builders are in the business of selling homes, and if they were bad at their jobs, that would be bad for business. But here's the thing, not every builder is interested in providing a quality product. And unfortunately, some owners found out the hard way they were working with the wrong company. From shortcuts to charging premium prices for cheap materials. It never occurred to these home buyers to check the reputation of the builder until they began experiencing problems with shoddy workmanship, slow response time to concerns, and in some cases, an unwillingness to correct mistakes. So before signing any contracts, check online reviews, talk to previous clients, and have a lawyer even, and your agent review your contract before moving forward. Remember that sometimes your cheapest option isn't always the best option, and there will be a price to pay for working with the wrong company. Now, some of the builders that I like are Toll Brothers, Taylor Morrison, Almont Homes, and Meritage Homes. Some of the ones where I've had bad experiences where my clients firsthand said they would never buy a house from is Pulte Homes, on occasion D.R. Horton, and Ashton Woods. Again, this is not for every client, and this is not for every person that bought in the same community where they will have the same opinion. One may say they had a great experience while the other may have said, no, I didn't like it, Tim. And like I was saying, in some cases, they may not know until they've gone so far into the process that they realize there are problems. For example, Ashton Woods did a great job for one of my clients who bought a house in Duluth all the way to closing, but then their home warranty service company really dropped the ball in terms of their response rate. So those are some things to watch out for. You can always message me directly or leave a comment below asking about a certain builder, and I'll be happy to share my opinion. Tip number two, choose the right location. Now, you might be thinking, Tim, we know this already. We're specifically looking at the areas where we want to live. What we're talking about here goes beyond your initial considerations. For instance, you may not have or want children now, so schools are not a great concern, but what happens if your plans change? Will you have to move again to a better school district? Another consideration about location that gets overlooked is the growth potential for the neighborhood you want to live in. Some locations appreciate better and faster than others. For the price you pay, you could see a 2% increase in home value or 12%. It all depends on your location. The last thing I'll add on the topic of location is to triple check that the area meets your needs. Does your future home need to be in an area that is walkable or close enough to parks, shops, or community centers? Well, some homeowners didn't think about these things until they had transportation issues. And in those brief moments between experiencing problems and getting them fixed, they realized, wow, everything is so far away. So remember, a great location not only enhances daily life, but can significantly impact your property's resale value down the line and accommodate the evolving needs of your lifestyle. Okay, now on to tip number three, the builder's warranties. Yes, we're circling back to the builders. Understanding warranty limitations is crucial in avoiding unexpected repair costs post-move-in. Past homeowners have been slapped with surprise repairs, paying out of pocket because they hadn't carefully read the builder's warranty. Depending on what needs to be fixed or maintained, this type of oversight can result in needing a bigger budget to maintain the new home and drain savings. But here's what you can do. Get a thorough home inspection before closing so that anything that is covered by the builder's warranty is identified. Also know that you can negotiate warranty terms for extended coverage or specific inclusions to better meet your needs. And the last thing I want to tell you is to keep very good records and documents for all repairs related to the builder's warranty. Tip number 4, get a copy of the Homeowners Association bylaws and financial status before committing to a neighborhood. Believe it or not, some HOAs are carrying a huge debt, hoping to dig themselves out of the hole with an influx of new homeowners. What does that mean for the homeowner? Well, when the financial health of the HOA is unstable, the HOA might struggle to maintain common areas or respond to emergencies, leading to a potential service disruption and higher future fees. Sometimes it will affect resale value even. In addition to that, you'll want to check the bylaws because some HOAs might impose restrictions that affect you personally, like having a no pet policy, for instance. And even if you're not a pet owner now, you may want one later. So make sure the bylaws are not restricting and give you room to evolve and grow according to your tastes. The builder's agent doesn't typically volunteer this information, but if you ask, they will provide it to you freely. Tip number 5, focus on upgrades that add value to your home. New construction presents homebuyers with the amazing opportunity to choose the upgrades they want and even make design choices by room. However, it's important to maintain some level of balance between preferences and what does well in the market. The trick here is to prioritize flexibility and timelessness over eccentric design and fleeting trends. Examples of upgrades that don't increase the value of the home are expensive landscaping, luxury finishes like heated floors, steam showers, built-in jacuzzis, built-in bookshelves, media centers, or specialized storage solutions. Some ways in which you can increase the value immediately is to focus on the master bedroom or owner suite and the kitchen, as well as the master bathroom. If you're working with a builder who is designing a custom home, know that unconventional floor layouts or other choices that are specific to the home buyer's taste may not and usually do not increase the resale value of the home. Sometimes they make it harder to resell the home altogether. So where should you focus your attention? The kitchen and the bathroom are always winners. Upgrades here should be functional rather than aesthetic and reasonably priced. And don't overlook particularities like choosing to add extra lighting, outlets, and even Ethernet ports to every room. As more homes are becoming smart homes, having these extra outlets means being able to enjoy the home in more ways than originally anticipated. Tip number 6, when it comes time to talk numbers with builders or lenders, remember negotiation is part of the process. Whether it's price points or upgrade packages, there's often room to maneuver for mutually beneficial terms. Many homeowners regret not speaking up during the sales process after learning that fellow peers were able to get better package deals, additional upgrades, or sign-up incentives. Just as a perfect example, which happened this week with EMC Homes over in Dekalb, Porches at Mobley Lake, we were able to negotiate almost $10,000 lower in the purchase price. And this is not including what they already were offering as an incentive, which was $20,000 credit towards the buyer's closing costs. Any that is left over, if it's already covering all the closing costs, which it is, will go even further down in the sales price. It will reduce it further. So this is great for them. And I don't think my buyers realized that if they had just asked, that this could have been something negotiated up front before signing the contract. So I was glad that I could help them and see that this was a possibility. And ultimately, a lot of times builders wouldn't do this kind of thing, but what I see is that in the current market conditions, or whatever the market conditions are, it depends. Those are the times where it can really affect the buyer in a beneficial way. For example, June of 2018, when rates went up to 5.1%, at that time it was a big deal. Lots of incentives were given. In October of 2022, the same thing happened when rates spiked again, even more so. And then right now is a time that you can really get good deals because these builders are trying to get their inventory off the books, so to speak, before December 31st. And this is usually the slowest season, so they're offering more incentives than ever and can give even more on top of that if you ask. So having a realtor like me to help negotiate that really helps. And I was so happy for my client and thrilled that they're able to get this home for $9,000 less. Another client of mine that previously bought her first home, I asked her for the details, and this is what she said. She got the builder to pay all the penalty fees she would experience if she broke her apartment lease. And this allowed her to move into the home sooner, but there's more. You see, the builder was not willing to come down on the price of the home due to an appraisal that came in lower than her contracted purchase price. So she negotiated a deal where they paid down a portion of her interest rate, which resulted in a lower, much more affordable mortgage payment. Now, I do have to say the story I just shared isn't typical and is probably unlikely to happen in today's market, but the point is you won't know what is possible unless you try. Do your research, find out where there is wiggle room, and you'll get more out of your purchase than most people. Tip number 7, still on the topic of negotiations, some homeowners wish they hadn't settled for the builder's preferred lender. Not only is it okay for you to shop around, but it's even better for you to walk into the builder's office with your own financing in place. It gives you the ability to negotiate a better deal for yourself, and even if you got a good deal to begin with. It doesn't hurt to see if the builder's preferred lender is willing to beat it to earn our business. So overall, I would say don't rush this part of the process. Starting on a foundation of independence is always a plus when choosing to buy a new construction home. And now on to my last tip, which is probably the most important of all the tips. Tip number 8, use independent inspectors during the pre-drywall home inspection, the post-drywall inspection, and before warranty expiration dates hit. Inspectors are already trained to find the things that homeowners would not normally catch, plus they stay up to date on building codes and safety standards. I've personally walked through a pre-drywall inspection with some of my clients and have been amazed at all of the necessary fixes uncovered by third-party inspectors. What's most alarming is that if no one catches these things, those imperfections will get concealed once the drywall goes up. These issues could also lead to unexpected repairs that have a way of resurfacing once the warranty period is over. And to bring everything full circle, it's important to note that hiding imperfections in the construction of the home is especially common with builders that have a poor reputation. Now, I will say, out of all my clients that have done a pre-drywall home inspection, I've only had 2 out of about 20 new construction contracts. So it's not often do they do it, not because they don't know about it, but because they don't see the need to. And half of those didn't get one because they couldn't, because it was already past the point of pre-drywall with the home that they were trying to build, because it was a move-in ready inventory new construction home. But things with the framework and the wood and whatever is behind the drywall, you just never know. So these 8 essential tips are meant to spare you from the regret and frustration that can sometimes happen when purchasing a new construction home. Every decision, from picking your location, third-party inspections, plays a pivotal role in crafting space that meets not only today's desires, but tomorrow's needs as well. And look, if any of this sounds overwhelming, rest easy. With careful planning and strategic decisions, building a new construction home can be an incredibly fulfilling venture, and I'm here to help guide you every step of the way. If today's insights have sparked more questions, or if you're ready to dive into finding your dream home in Atlanta, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Remember, subscribe to more real estate wisdom tailor-made for homeowners like yourself. Until next time, happy house hunting.